Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today. Our topic is one of the most profound and far-reaching concepts in Rudolf Steiner's spiritual cosmology, the 8 spheres. These spheres represent not only stages of cosmic evolution, but also the path of humanity's spiritual development. However, as we'll see, this path is not without its challenges. Steiner spoke of adversarial forces, spiritual beings, and influences that seek to hinder humanity's progress. Today, we'll explore the 8 spheres, these opposing forces, and how we can navigate this cosmic journey with clarity and purpose. Let us begin by understanding the 8 spheres themselves, as Steiner described them in his lectures. Rudolf Steiner's concept of the 8 spheres is rooted in his anthroposophical worldview, which integrates spiritual science, cosmology, and human evolution. These spheres are not merely physical planets, but represent stages of consciousness and spiritual development. Each sphere corresponds to a planetary being and a phase in the evolution of the cosmos and humanity. Let us briefly examine each sphere. The first sphere, which is the Saturn sphere, this is the earliest stage, representing the dawn of existence. Here, the seeds of physicality and consciousness were planted. Steiner described it as a condition of pure warmth, where the first rudiments of form and thought emerged. The second sphere, the Sun sphere, in this stage, light and life came into being. The Sun sphere symbolizes the emergence of formative forces, the spiritual energies that shape and sustain existence. It is a realm of vitality and creative power. The third sphere is the Moon sphere. This stage represents a separation of forces. The unity of the Sun sphere gave way to multiplicity, as the Moon sphere brought about differentiation and the formation of individual entities. The fourth sphere, the Earth sphere, our current stage of evolution. Here, physical and spiritual development are intertwined. The Earth sphere is the realm of duality, of matter and spirit, good and evil, freedom and necessity. It is the stage where humanity must consciously work toward spiritual growth. Next is the Jupiter sphere, a future stage of heightened consciousness and harmony. On Jupiter, humanity will achieve a new level of spiritual awareness, characterized by wisdom and moral clarity. The sixth sphere is Venus sphere. This sphere represents the flowering of love and beauty. It is a realm of spiritual creativity where the arts and higher emotions will flourish. The seventh sphere is the Vulcan sphere, the highest stage of spiritual mastery. On Vulcan, humanity will fully realize its divine potential, embodying the creative will of the cosmos. The 8th sphere is the fixed stars sphere, the ultimate unity and integration of all cosmic forces. Here, the entire cosmos becomes a harmonious whole, and humanity achieves its final destiny as co-creators with the divine. Steiner emphasized that this journey through the spheres is not automatic. It requires conscious effort, spiritual discipline, and the overcoming of significant challenges. Now, let us turn to the forces that oppose humanity's ascent through the 8 spheres. Steiner identified 2 primary adversarial forces, the Ahrimanic and the Luciferic. These forces are not abstract concepts but active, intelligent beings working to disrupt humanity's spiritual evolution. The Ahrimanic force. Ahriman represents the force of materialism, mechanization, and intellectual rigidity. His goal is to trap humanity in the physical world, convincing us that matter is all that exists. Ahriman thrives in systems that prioritize logic over intuition, technology over nature, and profit over humanity. Steiner warned that Ahriman's influence is particularly strong in our modern age. We see it in the rise of soulless technology, the dehumanization of work, and the erosion of spiritual values. Ahriman seeks to make us forget our spiritual origins and destiny. The other force is the Luciferic force. Lucifer, in contrast, represents the force of spiritual arrogance, illusion, and escapism. He tempts us with visions of grandeur, encouraging us to reject the physical world and seek enlightenment without effort. Lucifer strives in movements that promise quick spiritual fixes or encourage narcissism and self-absorption. Steiner explained that while Ahriman pulls us down into materialism, Lucifer pulls us up into illusion. Both forces, if left unchecked, can derail humanity's journey through the 8 spheres. Given the existence of these adversarial forces, some have speculated that there is a deliberate conspiracy to prevent humanity from ascending through the 8 spheres. While Steiner did not use the term conspiracy, he did suggest that these forces often work through human institutions and systems. The Ahrimanic force might manifest in the dominance of technocratic systems that reduce human beings to mere cogs in a machine. The Luciferic force might appear in spiritual movements that reject the physical world or promote escapism. Steiner also spoke of specific spiritual beings, such as the asuras, who seek to corrupt humanity's higher faculties. These beings work subtly, often through our own weaknesses and desires, to keep us trapped in the lower spheres. Is this a conspiracy? In a sense, yes, but it is a spiritual conspiracy, one that operates on the level of consciousness and will. The good news is that Steiner believed humanity has the power to overcome these forces through conscious effort and spiritual practice. So how can we navigate these challenges and continue our journey through the 8 spheres? Steiner offered several key insights to guide us. First, he emphasized the importance of cultivating clear thinking, developing a disciplined mind capable of discerning the truth from illusion. This practice helps counter the Ahrimanic force, which seeks to trap us in materialism and intellectual rigidity. Steiner also stressed the need for heart-centered will, balancing our spiritual aspirations with grounded action. This approach counters the Luciferic force, which tempts us with spiritual arrogance and escapism. True spirituality, he taught, is not about fleeing the world, but transforming it through love and moral effort. Additionally, Steiner believed in the power of community. By working with others to create a culture of spiritual growth and mutual support, we strengthen our collective journey toward the higher spheres. He also encouraged the study of esoteric knowledge, including his own teachings and other spiritual traditions, as essential tools for navigating the challenges of spiritual evolution. Finally, Steiner spoke of the importance of moral imagination, the ability to envision and create a better future. This faculty is crucial for overcoming adversarial forces and ascending through the spheres, allowing us to align our actions with the divine will that guides the cosmos. What is at stake in this cosmic journey? According to Steiner, the future of humanity depends on our ability to ascend through the 8 spheres. If we succeed, we will achieve higher states of consciousness, unity, and creativity. If we fail, we risk stagnation, conflict, and spiritual decay. Steiner was deeply optimistic about humanity's potential. He saw the adversarial forces not as impossible barriers, but as challenges to be overcome, opportunities for growth and transformation. These forces, while formidable, are part of the cosmic process that shapes and refines us. In the Jupiter sphere, humanity will reach a new level of wisdom and harmony. In the Venus sphere, love and beauty will flourish, and in the Vulcan sphere, we will fully realize our divine potential, becoming co-creators with the cosmos. The journey is long and demanding, but it is also profoundly meaningful. As Steiner said once, the world is not yet ready, but it will become ready if we work. Our efforts today, no matter how small, contribute to the greater unfolding of humanity's spiritual destiny. In conclusion, the 8 spheres are far more than abstract ideas. They are a living framework that reflects the spiritual journey of each individual and the collective destiny of humanity. Rudolf Steiner's vision calls us to awaken to our higher potential, recognize the challenges we face. We take deliberate steps toward spiritual evolution. The adversarial forces of Ahriman and Lucifer are real, manifesting in materialism, distraction, and illusion. Yet, as Steiner taught, these forces are also opportunities, trials that strengthen us, obstacles that push us to grow, and mirrors that reveal our weaknesses so we can overcome them. The path through the 8 spheres demands clarity of thought, purity of heart, and strength of will. It requires us to confront our shadows and the challenges of the world around us. But it is also a journey of profound beauty and meaning, bringing us closer to our divine nature and the harmony, love, and creative mastery of the higher spheres. Steiner believed that humanity has a unique cosmic role. We are not passive observers but active participants in creation. Every act of kindness, moment of self-awareness, and effort to seek truth contributes to the evolution of the spheres. Yet, this journey cannot be undertaken alone. Steiner emphasized the importance of community, working together to build bridges between the material and spiritual, the individual and collective, the past and future. To begin this journey, start with self-reflection, examining your thoughts and actions to ensure they serve the higher good. Engage deeply with Steiner's teachings, such as How to Know Higher Worlds and Theosophy, and let them guide your path. Practice mindfulness and meditation to rise above distractions and connect with higher self. Seek out like-minded individuals, joining study groups, or anthroposophical initiatives to create a network of light. Finally, act with moral courage, embodying truth, beauty, and goodness in your daily life. The journey to the 8 spheres is not a distant dream, but a living reality. Each moment is an opportunity to align with the divine will that guides the cosmos. So, I leave you with this question. What will your role be in this cosmic journey? Will you be a passive observer, or will you take up the mantle of a conscious co-creator? The choice is yours, and the time is now. Thank you. May your journey through the spheres be filled with light, love, and wisdom.